Hey all, and welcome back to Arcade Spirits. I'm Agent of Mischief, and today we're going to be playing part of, or perhaps all of Level 7 New Game Plus. Well, let's jump on in, shall we? It is the distant future year 20 bleep, and for the first time I'm entirely in control of my destiny. I'm no longer merely working in an arcade, now I'm working on my future. Which admittedly still involves working in an arcade, but still, my future. I'll admit, it feels weird. I'd grown so used to going with the flow, letting life batter and bruise me, that having a true and honest hand on the controls is a bit terrifying. Everyone's counting on me to keep the flame of Miss Francine's Funplex alive as we move into the era of Francine's arcade spirits. And well, my hands are on the controls and I intend to steer the ship true. They're relying on me to be the steady rock in the chaos of the new project, so that's what I have to be. I'll make them all proud of me and proud to be part of Francine's arcade spirits. There's one driving reason to make Francine's arcade spirits work. It's Percy. To give him a home away from home after the fall of the Funplex. This will be ours, and I'm not going to settle for anything less, no matter what it takes. All that's left is to get through opening day without incident. I arrived early that morning to go over any last-minute preparations and make sure everything is in order. Plus, Juniper was sick of watching me pace back and forth at home after breakfast. She lovingly shoved me out of the apartment and told me to be productive. Now I stood in awe of the building, the dream I poured my heart and soul into. I still barely believed it myself. I paused a moment to let the reality finally hit me and then stepped into my destiny. Pushing open the doors to Francine's arcade spirits, I was greeted by relative peace and quiet. Just the beeps and boops and people moving about doing last-minute preparations. We traveled a long way and arduous road ever since the Great Wake Trevention conspiracy. Gavin secured us a great rental space, an abandoned pizza place with that all-too-familiar triangular roof. No one else wanted it, but we didn't care about the funny shape. Quirk is in our favor. And I really couldn't have done all the renovations this place needed without the help of our financial benefactor. Percy gave up a large chunk of his savings for this. I hope we can do right by him, considering it was going to charity. It was going to go to charity originally, now it's going to us. We went with a familiar layout, if it ain't broke and all that, to show that we still got the spirit and passion that made the Funplex great. But it's not all a carbon copy. We've got a few new additions that would make additions that Francine would even be proud of. Video wall is a nice touch. That one was my idea. It alternates between running music videos, game promos, and high score leaderboards. We also repainted and did a general update on all the appliances and fixtures to give it a more finished feel, and less a retired pizza place turned arcade vibe. Naomi and Percy worked together to pick out games with a decidedly retro feel. Considering Deco's focus on tickety gambling-ish games, this helps us stand out for the competition. She put in a lot of hard work restoring them, and truthfully we've run into a lot of problems along the way, but watching her tirelessly work to perfect them is inspiring. Juniper and Ashley really nailed our grand experiment into unique branding. It's completely on point. By spearheading our advertising campaigns, the buzz is building. Our hype train is pulling in passengers of all sorts, and the imagery they've created will ride with them long after they've left. Definitely the right call to make. All of my decisions, all of my choices made Francine's arcade spirits what it is. So much labor and love went into the project from all of us, and now all that's left is to officially open these doors. But before that fateful hour begins, I still want to do one last check on operations just in case. Since we opted for basic arcade, honestly, setup was a breeze. Naomi and Ashley worked together to get the games up and running. Ashley managed to impress Naomi when she pulled out her long-forgotten skills with electronics. Naomi seems to be busying herself with double, triple, and even quadruple checks of every game prior to opening. So talk to me, we good?
Hi.
Oh, hey Raven, or should I call you boss? Raven's just fine. Okay, we're good to go, Raven. Great. Since we're focusing entirely on the games, we need to make sure they're absolutely perfect. Agreed, and you can count on me to deliver. I'd better hurry up and finish my checks though. We're opening soon and I want to finish this game. As you were then.
See ya.
Toodles. Good. Not that I was too worried about the games. Keeping things simple worked out well for us. Percy was right. Running a classic arcade is right in our wheelhouse. For my quick check-in, I noticed the clock. Its unforgiving hands telling me that that's not long now. See, everything going perfectly, no detail overlooked, just according to Keikaku. Translator's note, Keikaku means planned. I'm proud of everything we've accomplished. When those doors open and all our regulars come back to play, when new folks drawn by our advertising wander in, it'll all click. I allow myself a smile, pleased with our progress. Today is going to be a great day. The first day of our new dream. It'll be wonderful. As long as no unforeseen problems pop up. Beep beep, Raven. Hearing Iris's muffled voice, I pull my phone out of my pocket and check in with her. What's up, Iris? Okay, so I'm getting some unusual pings around your social media. Someone trying really hard to get in touch with you. You said you didn't want to be bothered today, but... well, I think you should probably respond to this one. We're about to launch the grand opening of Francine's Arcade Spirits, Iris. Someone sliding in my DMs is not my concern right now. It's Percy's mother. Oh, shit. She really, really wants to get in touch with you. Percy never talked much with his parents, mostly about his sister. I was assuming he would do the whole meet the folks routine once we were farther along in our relationship. If she wants to congratulate Percy and I for a job well done with our new arcade, that could be a great emotional booster right now. How about I patch a call through to you? I guess I have a few minutes spare before the opening. Go ahead. Iris makes arrangements for me, granting friendship status, opening messenger, setting up the cross-continental voice over IP call, all that techie junk. Soon a harried voice comes over the speaker. Hello, is this Mix Cater? Percy's new partner? Yeah, that's me. You can call me Raven. It's good to meet you, Mrs. Sinclair. Is Percy with you right now? Well, he said he'd arrive a bit before we open, but no, he's not here yet. You need to talk him out of doing this, please. Sinking feeling commencing. I'm sorry? Talk him out of doing what? I know he'll be very cross for me for this, but I didn't know anyone else he'd listen to. He won't even take our calls ever since we had a row last night. As she continues to explain, that feeling sinks deeper, only to rise sharply and sink again, a roller coaster of discomfort. And like that, all my concerns about Francine's Arcade Spirits fall away. I've got a much deeper problem to deal with, now that I know this little bit of insider information. As much as it'll hurt Percy, I need to talk with him about what his mom just told me. Door swings open a few minutes later, just as I'm ending my phone call.
Hello.
Opening day at last. How thrilling. It's even got that new arcade smell. Percy happily strolls into the arcade, a smile beaming from ear to ear. I love his share in his enthusiasm, but with the news I just received, all I can do is look anxious. Raven, is something amiss? Difficulty with the games, perhaps? Surely Naomi has our classics under control by now? I know I'm about to officially open Francine's Arcade Spirits, but this is way more important. We need to talk. She told you, didn't she? Is there any way to make this easier, or should I just dive right in? I feel hurt, Percy. I would have rather heard about this from you than your mother, and she feels hurt too. She sounds so desperate. Yes, well, it's not really anyone's business, is it? I'm not saying I have a right to pry, but I thought we put our trust in each other. Why couldn't you trust me with this? It was not my intent to hurt anyone, love. Except yourself?
No.
I didn't want to get anyone's hopes up. Experimental clinical trials aren't exactly a cure, but not as such. Odds or nothing would come of this, even if I agreed to it. That's a lie. According to what she told me, your doctor said there's a high likelihood of success. You'd survive and your heart wouldn't be a threat to you any longer. I suppose doctor-patient confidentiality doesn't quite hold up to a mum's gossiping, then. Don't blame this on her. She talked, I listened. I chose to listen. Yes, you chose to listen to something that's really none of your bother. I'm disappointed, Raven, I must say. What's the sense of my bother? It's your life on the line. My life, to do with as I please. It pleases you to die, is that it? Percy, you could live. We could be alive together, but only if you agree to try the new treatment. Why didn't you want to try? I'm sure I could dig up some statistics if that's what you need to convince you that this is not really so simple. Not really worth bothering with at all, really. I've done enough stock market investments to know that wouldn't not to put my faith in some silly little miracle. You want predictable, reasonable outcomes from predictable, reasonable actions. While taking part in the treatment, there's a slim chance to hasten me along to my end, so why risk it? I don't understand. I honestly don't understand. Why doesn't he want this? Is it because... Percy, you've lived under the gun for so long, it's all you know. You don't want to even try to get your hopes up. Or, no, you actually want to die. You're happy to passively accept your fate. Is that true? I expect him to immediately protest that, pointing out how absurd it sounded. But he doesn't. It's true, isn't it? Some part of you wants this dead-end road you're on. Why, Percy? Why aren't you willing to live? He gives up all defenses effortlessly dismantled and confesses.
I don't deserve it.
Yes, you do. Holy shit.
It's not right. It's not fair that I get to live when she had to die.
All because of bad timing. All because we were just a little too late for the doctors to develop a new treatment. Roll of the dice, luck of the draw. Moopy isn't exactly random, you know. It was Stella who realized that first. Her genius was unmatched. I'm still using her techniques when I chase my high scores. You can trick the game into providing exactly the maze you want if you make the right moves. It's a puzzle. Problem to be solved. There's no fickle fate to it at all.
But life? Life is fickle, is it not? My sister dies. I get to live. All because of a little toss of the dice.
Don't think like that, my dude. Holy shit.
I don't. I simply don't deserve to live. Not if she had to die. If I undergo the clinical trial, if I emerge right as rain, well, it soils her memory.
It doesn't have to, though. Not at all.
That's why I didn't tell you. Shouldn't have told Mum either. Nobody had to know. Could have been my little secret. If only.
I have no words, bro. You shouldn't think about it like that. Not at all. No, I can't just let this go. I love him too much to let him slip away over this without even trying. Percy, ask yourself one simple question. Would your sister Stella want you to die just because she had to die? You know that's not what she'd want. She'd want you to be happy. If she heard there was a cure, she'd want you to take it. Yes, well, she's not exactly here to say that, is she? No, because I got lucky and she didn't. And I don't feel right taking advantage of that good fortune, regardless of how she may or may not have felt about it. Look, can we just pretend you never heard this? You've got an arcade to open. This needs to be a happy occasion. Please? Percy...
Hiya.
Percy, please hear me out, okay?
Hiya.
Do that for me. It's time! Neither of us say anything to each other as interrupting Ashley continues on, oblivious to the sour mood.
Ooh.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything romantic. But look at the crowd out there. It's so big. It's 10 on the dot and time to open the doors. But I figured you'd want to do it, right, Raven? Something wrong? Percy? Raven? I've completely lost track of time. We were only moments before officially opening, but... Well, I'll go get some tokens and start playing Moopy, I suppose. Percy? Another time, perhaps. You've an arcade to run, love. Let's not let our customers down. But... Geez, I did interrupt something important, didn't I? I'll just, go over here and do things somewhere else. I can't handle this right now. As much as I've wanted to stop everything and start this mess, I've got a job to do today. It's not like he's going to die today, presumably. I'll have time to talk him out of this later. I need to at least try to put this turmoil behind me so I can focus on the first day of Francine's Arcade Spirits with a smile. Despite reeling from that incident just now, I'm ready to do this because I have to be ready, no choice. I've got big plans for the opening ceremony. I'm going to open the doors, give my prepared speech to the gathered masses, and stay on hand to greet gamers as they enter. Stepping to the forefront, I grasp the door handles and throw the gates to Francine's Arcade Spirits wide. Behold, I give you... I don't even have time to finish one line of my big dramatic speech. The crowd spills through the doors and runs right past me, eager to get to the games. Immediately, the arcade fills with the sounds of beeps and boops, games starting up, people laughing with delight as they find their favorites. Well, there goes my entire opening ceremony plans out the window. I had all sorts of stuff planned, but if folks want to want to just get to gaming. Who am I to argue? After a few minutes of final checks around the place, I decided to move into phase 2, meet and greets around the arcade. I walk the arcade like I did in my floor attendant days, talking with folks and making sure everything's running smoothly. Although I could probably track down Percy too, assuming he wants to talk yet, which may not be the case. Francine's Arcade Spirits is my domain, open to exploration. Where should I visit first? This is we decided to stick with the basics. There aren't too many places to hang out and not play games. It's all games all the time. Surprisingly, Percy and Gavin have found a quiet corner near the change machine. Tanked. Completely tanked.
Much obliged.
I'm glad for your little tip. I was ready to invest a good chunk of my pocket change in that company. All my hard work would have tanked right alongside it. This is part for the course when my siblings snatch up technology companies. It's pump and dump. In essence, they stir up excitement in that acquisition and then drop it once it goes cold. I've never seen one of their endeavors bear fruit for very long, thanks to their short attention spans. I'm glad I could save you the heartache.
Apologies.
No offense. I think I can handle a few accidental heart-related puns without going into cardiac arrest, my good fellow. But it's good to avoid a pothole in the road to finance, yes? Just lose so many of my resources already tied up in Francine's Arcade Spirits. Hey, Percy? The extended hum of his greeting, I expect he's subtly warning me not to talk about his health issues or potential resolution therefore of in front of Gavin. So I'm gonna catch him alone, but there will be time later, I assume, unless he's hiding from the issue by hanging out around other people all day. So stock market talk.
Oh, indeed.
Indeed, I like to do my trades in the morning before I come to the arcade, get all the bother over with so I can focus on Moopy. Afraid we're being astoundingly boring at the moment, Raven, just two overly serious gentlemen talking about finance. That's fine, I'm adulting at 110% efficiency today, having started a new business myself. I should probably learn about how, money works. Oh, what would you like to know about? I'd like to invest in our future, think long term, surviving for many years to come, rather than jumping at the easiest profit I can. Any tips? A fine view to take. My own investments are preferably long term, yes. I make moment to moment trades, but they're backed by the stability of stock bedrock. Even after I'm gone, I expect many of those to cash out gradually, and I've hired a phalanx of lawyers to carry out my wishes over the next, 30 years. Except if he'd just listened to his doctor, he could handle that himself. Gavin, how about I show you my portfolio, give you some ideas for how to build up a nest egg for Francine's Arcade Spirits?
Thank you.
I'd be honored. I'll let you handle the fine details. To sink deeper and deeper into conversation about currency exchanges, fiscal policy, tax rate changes, and I start to lose consciousness. I admire their passion, but there's only so much adulting I can handle in one day, and I need to reserve some for later. That's when I notice a customer having problems with the change machines. She frowns as she swipes her credit card through the slot, and again, the little red error light popping each time she does so.
Man.
Come on, this is working earlier. It's an opportunity to provide excellent customer service and further prove my adulting chops, so step in to help. Hello, good morning, I'm the manager here. Can I be of some assistance? She looks awfully familiar. Have we met before? Oh, right, I invited her to check out my arcade, didn't I? Guess that's why she's here.
What's up?
Hey, good to see you. Love you own the place. Just love it. Something's wrong with your credit card readers. My card's legit. I was using it earlier with no issues, but now it's all messed up and stuff. Can you help me? I can pay cash if I gotta. I'm not trying to duck and run on you, but I'd really prefer to use the card. Kinda strange how her card isn't working. Not sure I really want to go too far with this. Better trust the machine designed to verify transactions instead. Let's stick to the standard policy on this one. Let's try the card again. I'm sure it's just a momentary outage. Okay. She fidgets a bit, checking her smartwatch briefly, before swiping her card through the change machine slot again. This time the light is green and a pile of 50 tokens start pouring out onto the tray. See, no problem. No problem at all. Hey, thanks for your help. Big thanks. I'm really looking forward to playing these games. I can't believe how much sweet retro stuff you have. Happy to help. I guess it really was just a momentary outage. If that matter settled, it's back to wandering the arcade. Where to next? Most of the time I've drawn a Showtime stage because of the flashing lights and the hit beats, not because it's completely silent, no music at all. As I approach, I see Naomi feverishly working to fix it. Seeing the whole thing without tunes synced to its flashy lighting rig is kinda depressing. And listening to Naomi mutter as she works, she undoubtedly feels the same.
Oh.
This whole thing was working fine earlier. Why wasn't it working now? Oh. Fortunately, Teo is proving surprisingly knowledgeable about the inner workings of his favorite game. You may need to reimagine the hard drive. Or reimage the hard drive. I know some gray area websites where we can get a replacement copy of the files if needed. This is the third release version of Showtime Arcade software, right? Those are easy to come by than the more modern fourth version, oddly enough. The files aren't the problem. I think the hard drive itself is damaged in shipping, and if so, well, you might not be able to dance it all today. I'd have to order a new part. I'm sorry, there were just so many games to get up and running, and I must have missed this taking bomb of a hardware failure. Hey, it's cool. I don't need to get my groove on all the time. Showtime Stage is one of our flagship games. It's flashy, it's exciting, Teo's dance moves bring the crowd in. Getting it to work for opening day is a priority. This isn't the only game we have which uses a hard disk, right? Can we pull and reformat one from another game using Teo's files to make it a clone of Showtime Stage? Well, it didn't mean voluntarily disabling one of our other games, but... Wait, I know, Wild Rider. That piece of poop is always crashing on us, and it's not like it's very popular. Let's yank the drive from that and make it a Showtime Stage drive.
Yeah.
I can have that up and running in an hour. Sounds perfect. I'll send you the files. Go get a bite to eat and be back in time to show everyone what a great dance community we've got here at Francine's Arcade Spirits. So it'll take a bit of time, but we'll get our stage back in working order. Good, good. Maybe we'll get through opening day without any major problems aside from this. Before I go, I spot a gamer who's been watching, super curious about what's going on. I could swear I've seen this guy before, maybe in a crowd or something? Hey, is Showtime Stage really hosed? For now, yes, but we'll have it fixed up as soon as we can. Aw man, I wanted to get my groove on. That's a bummer. You know, I might know a guy who knows a guy who can get your replacement super cheap. Or like, any game you want, anything, as long as you know, don't ask too many questions. A reason to be mean or to lampshade with likely men is an open invitation to do some crimes. Happy to see your enthusiasm for Francine's Arcade Spirits, but I think we can handle this. Sorry you can't play your favorite game right now, but it'll be fixed soon. Gamer shrugs it off, not too offended. So cool, so cool. Just figured I'd offer. I dig this place. It's got a little bit of everything I like. I'll just come back later to wow all the ladies with my hot style. Later. That was odd. As he fades back into the crowd, I said to move on. Where should I visit next? The center of the arcade actually showing off her new cosplay to Queen Bee. Wow, just wow. Oh, I love the little detail of like the little monitor beeps on her socks. It's so cute. She's been keeping it a total surprise from all of us, working in secret on it. Impressive stuff. Seems to have attracted the attention of a brand new customer at least. Hey look! Kid, a real life in the wild newbie.
Hiya.
Welcome to Francine's Arcade Spirits. We're so happy to have you join us for opening day. Thank you. Child, yes you, young one, tell Raven here what you told us. That I've, never used a joystick before in my life. I mean, I've mostly been at Deco's Palace or played games on my phone, touchscreens and stuff, that's all. I've never been much of a gamer, but all my friends are here today, so I figured I might try one out.
Whoa.
Never, not even once played on a joystick. Can you believe it? Yes, we've all been there. No point in faulting them for it now. Aw, but that's too cute. I want to be young and innocent again. And don't worry at all, Francine's Arcade Spirits is the right place to learn. We are a friendly, inviting sort of arcade. No mad skills required. Here, it's all about having fun. Oh yes, and you know what's super fun? Learning how to play Fist of Discomfort. Trust me. Want to go a few rounds? I'll even spot you some tokens. Soon Queen Bee's calling. Ashley quickly tries to offer something else. Or you could join me for a round or two of TMNT. Nothing like a friendly, cooperative brawler game to ease you into things.
Nope, no way.
Best way to learn is to jump head first into the deep end, I say. No regrets, smashing buttons and moving that joystick. And we're starting with the hottest title, you've got a built-in community to learn from right at your fingertips. But turtles. Turtles who are ninjas. Looks like I might need to jump in and persuade this kid to choose a game. They looked like a deer trapped in the headlights, stuck in the crossfire. Let's start you out right. 2 buttons, 1 stick, endless fun. Ashley, want to show our new friends the majesty of mutants named after famous painters?
Yes!
Oh, do I? Let's go beat up some conveniently bloodless robot ninjas and get shell-shocked. Okay, sure, lead the way. Newbie seems happy with the decision, even if it's just because they get to play with Ashley, who's a bit less intimidating. Aw, bleep! I was looking forward to decimating that newbie quite a bit. In a good-natured way, of course. I'm still learning from my 2 mates in 4HK, and I'm eager to pass some lessons on. Okay, I'm going back to being the crap out of fodder. You have fun out there, okay? You earned this day through your blood, sweat, and tears. Hopefully more blood than sweat and tears, but you get the idea. Time for me to move on. Before I can continue my wanderings, Gavin pops up directly in my path. Stop whatever you're doing and look towards the doors without making it look like you're looking for anyone in specific. What? Okay, what am I pretending not to be looking for? Miss Jeannie DeFame. I have no idea who that is. Top arcade critic in the city. Her reviews can make or break an arcade easily. I didn't think she'd be coming today, as normally some little independent arcade is beneath her interest, but apparently she's made an exception. We don't want to end up smeared across every website she writes for. I suggest you go play nice and show her all the positives of Francine's arcade spirits. Okay, I'm on it. Best foot forward. She's the redhead near the entrance with the handbag. Best of luck. I usually spot her thanks to Gavin's cues. Considering this morning lacked the usual chaos I experienced on my first day at the Funplex, I'd say we're off to a great start, and I'm sure this reviewer will appreciate that. Wearing my most professional smile, I stroll over to the entrance. You! I remember you! Oh no. Oh no. My dear, wonderful Josh had a miserable time in your arcade at that birthday party. You and your lanky friend implied my Josh wasn't smart enough to know how coin slots work. Well, this arcade was fun while it lasted. Might as well burn it all down to ashes and build a new arcade on these ashes 100 years from now after this blows over. Before I can try to defend myself, she holds up a hand to stop me. Now, while I seriously question the wisdom of allowing you to run an arcade and would love nothing more than to give you 0 stars and walk out immediately, I'm unfortunately committed by ethical standards to stay and properly review your establishment in a relatively unbiased fashion. So as unpleasant as this may be for both of us, I suggest we remain professional, even if you've dug yourself a rather deep hole to climb out of, in my view. Understood? If I wanted to go on a tirade or chew her out, I've got to think of the arcade. This isn't some random angry parent, not this time. Feels like chewing ground glass, but I need to swallow my pride on this. Understood. Excellent. What I need from you now is to stay out of my way. No special treatment or consideration. I need to observe your arcade as a disinterested outside party so that I can judge your facility and atmosphere. But rest assured, if I see some egregious mistake, I will bring it to your attention. Pointedly. My readers likewise will become very aware of your shortcomings. I do my best to support consumer activism, and that requires absolute honesty of any difficulties I observe. So until such time as I require you, I suggest we speak no further. Agreed? Sure, fine. As you were, then. Wonderful, just wonderful. Not only does she hate us right off the bat, but I can't even leap to the defense of what we've built here without antagonizing her further. I may need to talk about Gavin about how to save Francine's arcade spirits from inevitable negative review. Nothing else I can do now but pray to the arcade gods that everything from here on out goes perfectly. Once again, I wander the floor, but this time, while it's all smiles and pleasantries on the outside, I'm left all alone battling my thoughts. Now more than ever, I need to present the perfect arcade. For a bug under my magnifying glass, thanks to this new wrinkle, well, I aim to be an absolutely majestic bug, a bug of bugs, a bug which knows no equal. We'll send this Mrs. Defame packing with nothing but positive things to say. Besides, the morning wasn't too eventful. Who's to say the afternoon will be a disaster? And then the afternoon was a disaster. I knew I had spoken too soon the second I saw Gavin approaching me with a tinge of worry furrowing his brow.
Utterly ridiculous.
It shouldn't be possible for us to be out of nachos in the vending machines this fast, and yet we are. I have receipts for ordering exactly enough to fill them up, and yet there were only a few bags in there. A missed delivery, perhaps? And that was the least of our problems. Raven, we've got an electrical problem. 3 of the retro games are shorted out. I don't understand. I tested the power supplies, outright rebuilt a few of them. Unless someone's seriously scuffing their sneakers and shocking the coin boxes, we're talking a failure somewhere in our electrical wiring. Calamity after catastrophe, they kept piling up.
What?
All of the toilets stopped working. All of them. We need to call a plumber fast, and not the one that jumps on turtles. There goes any hope for perfect opening. What are we gonna do? This doesn't make any sense.
Well.
I'm freaking out. I'll admit that. I'm freaking out. Maybe we should close down for the day, iron out the wrinkles, try again tomorrow. We are hastily losing our grip on things, and if I don't say anything, we might as well call it quits. I must refocus our energy. Well, that's it. Toss a match and let's burn the place down for the insurance money. That might be a fiscally sound decision at this point. Gavin, no! I was joking. That was a joke, much like all my wry humor. Maybe instead of burning it down, and this is just me spitballing here, we can work the problem, people. Talk to me. What do you got? Any ideas? Group exchanges nervous glances, then thankfully stops to breathe and think.
Ooh.
I will become the plumber we need. I mean, not exactly, but I'll grab a plunger and do what I can. We'll have to close down the bathrooms for now, but I'm sure we can convince one of our neighbors to loan us theirs, maybe? I'll check next door with them before I go do battle with our demonically possessed toilets. And while I'd say this vending machine issue is human error, I have enough faith in my own error checking to say this human is not responsible. I'll make some calls with our distributors and see where the chain broke down. Also see about ordering some quick replacement stock. Mine's a bit more complex. I need to replace the fried power supplies, but I can do that. I can do most of those today. Meanwhile, I'll put a feeler out to the indie arcade community online, see if we can get an electrician with arcade experience out here quickly. I've been meaning to get back into online groups, and even if it means popping my head up in the crowd, I'll do it. Okay, good solutions, people, good solutions. I won't be able to work the floor while I'm taming our restrooms, Raven. Are you good with covering for me? Things seem to be getting more intense as the day picks up. You three focus on your tasks at hand. I may be the boss, but I was a floor attendant originally. I can handle whatever Francine's arcade spirits throws at me. Got it? Gotcha. But I'm changing out of this first. I don't want to get poo water all over our new mascot. Toodles. I'm on it. You can count on me. With all three busy, that leaves me in charge of every problem that may emerge for the rest of the afternoon. No way to tap out with someone to help me with these situations. I need to work fast, hit every problem before it's too late. Can't leave any stones unturned this time. No risk of letting something spiral out of control. But I'm ready. I mean, I have to be. No choice. Feeling freshly invigorated, I start my floor trek. There are problems all around me. Well, what should I tackle first? A small crowd has gathered near the back of the arcade for some reason. It's especially odd because there's no games there, just some great wall art posters that Juniper came up with. Especially odd that the crowd is ignoring Queen Bee over said posters.
Come on!
Charming. Real bleepin' charming. Hey, you kid. You seen this yet? Seen what? Juniper's marketing must be on point to get that amount of attention. If only they was that kid. Here, let me show you. Queen Bee pushes past the crowd, glaring at them as she goes. Grow up. Don't you have better things to do? Sheesh, some people. And I see why the locals were swarming and snickering. Juniper made a bunch of posters and decorations based on Ashley's pixel art design for the arcade. All part of a branding and marketing experiment. Except when you draw a big old ding-dong in permanent marker and use that heart as the base, well, it gets rather naughty. Fact which is not lost on Mrs. DeFame, who turns up her nose at the improvised wall art. Great, just great. So yeah, someone's gone and defiled a bunch of our posters. Fortunately for you, I got a good look at them just as they were walking away from this one big guy wearing a pair of blue shutter shades. I'm more into virtual fisting than real world fisting, but I've got you back if you need to roll up on this guy. He looks like bad news. Thanks, but I can't have you acting as official arcade security. We don't have official security jackets for starters. Plus I'm the manager, it's my duty to take this on. Yeah, good luck with that. My advice, call the cops if you have to. This whole situation smells funny to me. Hey you, no photos. Maybe yanks on the poster adorned with pornographic graffiti before it can go viral. She leaves the confrontation to me while she does her part to clean things up. It doesn't take long to track the guy down. For starters, there's his rather unique fashion sense. I also spy him in the middle of another graffiti stint. Caught red-handed. Kinda hard to give him benefit of the doubt or even a second chance. He clearly broke the rules of the arcade, although he looks like the sort who could break me if I break the news to him badly. I should choose my words wisely, one that involves me staying in one piece. Maybe we could avoid a scene if I politely asked him to just stop? It's worth a try at least. Hope springs eternal. Sir, please stop. Immediately straightens up, pocketing the item he was committing arcade crimes with, all nonchalant-like. What? I wasn't doing nothing. Yes, you were. I know in fact exactly what you were doing. I'm the manager here, and I'd like to ask would you kindly knock it off? I don't want to have to eject you from my arcade. Understood? First he growls a little, ready to protest his innocence, before holding himself back. Lucky I'm under orders, nerdo. Fine, whatever you want. And he walks off into the crowd without another word. I'm left in a state of utter confusion over our exchange, but I'll take it hesitantly. Iris? Yes, I'll keep an eye on him through the security video feeds. Don't worry, I'll let you know if he resorts to his nefarious ways. I'll handle him without causing an incident, although I'm vague on what he means by orders exactly. With that in the bag, I quickly look around and see if there were any other nearby problems I can address. As I hear the clang and bang of someone assaulting the cabinet, I see Percy holding up a finger to grab my attention. I motion for him to join me, and he does. Thank goodness, I tried to grab Ashley, but she was in a hurry, brandishing a plunger like it was some sword. There's so much going on right now. What's happening? Some hooligan's working his way down the arcade games, yelling at them and smacking around the joysticks like they're speed bags. I swear he was going to knock over our joust. That's how hard he was shoving that cabinet. People have been avoiding going near him ever since he started raging out. It's causing quite a scene. I'll take care of it, Percy. Thanks. Be careful, love. I don't like the looks of this one. He places a hand on my shoulder in solidarity before leaving. This happens more often than you think. Someone getting so mad at a game they start smacking the cabinet around. Unlike pinball, which will go into tilt mode to punish you, the only justice to be found here is my justice. I am the arcade law. You bleeping piece of bleep game! I totally jumped over that bleeping barrel. Bleeping monkey and his bleeping barrels. Even if, well, I'm a little less than eager to bring the law down on this guy. I'm in awe of the size of this lad. He probably eats 6 whole hams for breakfast and bench presses pickup trucks for fun. But I know my duty. I know what I must do. For the record, you smash the thing to bits, you have to buy the bits. And the first one's not free, nor do we have a break two, break another for free policy. The man snarls, turning his ire towards me and away from the game. You got a bleeping problem? Oh good, just what I needed right now. From the corner of my eye, I spot Mrs. Defame watching. Better lay down the law. I've run this place, see, and I don't like people breaking my games. So you play nice, you play by the rules, or you can go play with yourself. Understood? No more hitting games, period. You little. But oddly, his attention is diverted to something or someone behind me. It's only for a couple of seconds, but his hold of me ear changes after that. Fine. He storms off, deciding he'd rather have the last word than argue it further. I turned to see who or what exactly changed his mind with a sharp glance, but the crowd's too thick. Whatever it was gone now. And Mrs. Defame returns to the crowd without a comment, hopefully quietly approving of my law-bringing. That was odd, but I guess a win is a win. Now then, what problem to address next? The retro television-based video walls is an idea I came up with during renovations. Naomi runs the whole thing off a cheap mini computer too. Practical and inexpensive, and it gives just the perfect amount of flair. And I've been pretty proud of it up until this moment. For some reason, it's showing a nature documentary about cute and fluffy bunnies instead of retro music videos and arcade high scores. Not that bunnies are a bad thing necessarily. There are so many worse things that could be playing, but it's still not playing what I want it to play. Something's amiss. As I was hunting around for the remote control we keep at the prize desk, Teo approaches. Bunnies, huh? Yep, bunnies. Interesting choice, Raven. Not my choice, Teo. I'll have it fixed in a moment. Okay, cool. I was wondering if we suddenly experienced a paradigm shift in arcade theming or something. The bunnies are really cute, though. Grabbing the remote, I flick it back to channel 3, which should take the video feed from Naomi's system. And it flips back to the bunnies on channel 5 a few seconds later. Persistent, aren't they? Almost like the rabbits themselves. So I click back to channel 3, and nope, once again it reverts back to 5. Okay, clearly we're dealing with a master hacker, one who can modify Naomi's system despite having no physical access to it. An individual capable of truly hacking the planet. Yeah, or it's a prankster with a universal TV remote. I've got one of those myself, helps me turn off overly loud TVs in bars and drown out the beats of whatever game I'm playing. Not that I would ever do that, mind you, just in case. With great power comes great responsibility. Clearly whoever's forcing us to watch this lacks to the latter. How about I go subtly check the crowd to see if anybody's got a clear line of sight and is pointing a gadget at the video wall each time you change it. I'm strapped for help, so I'm not going to deny Teo's offer. Sure, go for it. The war for remote control continues for another minute, back and forth, music videos and documentaries about rabbits. And now it's showing them mating. Which I'm seriously hoping does not count as pornography, or would be yet another black mark against us with a certain arcade critic. It's only been a few minutes, but it feels like an eternity of copulating Lagomorphs before Teo returns. Found him. Orange jacket standing near the pinball section. Thanks, Teo. No worries. Anything for you, Raven. I rolled sleeves on my hoodie, ready to put an end to this. Wait a minute, isn't that the arcade movie from earlier? It didn't seem like a troublemaker at the time. What's going on here? Nope, it's definitely this kid. I can see a tiny plastic gadget in their hand briefly before they pocket it. Perhaps noticing my approach, teenager rolls stealth and gets natural 1, resulting in an awkward and obvious attempt at looking like an unimportant part of the crowd. Hey! Didn't do anything. Hi, good to see you again. What's up? How are things? Given the living bundle of nervousness, I'm not sure I feel like coming down like a ton of bricks on this poor kid, but rules are rules, right? I'm sorry, but I know you're the one changing the TV channel. I'm not, You are, but it's okay. It's not really a big deal. If you kindly stop doing it from now on, we can let this go. It's not like you did anything seriously wrong, okay? Just stop changing the channel. Okay, sorry. I wasn't trying to cause trouble. I was, but... Never mind. Okay, I'll stop. Thank you. Bye. And they're gone, slipping back into the crowd. That was weird. What's going on here? I decided to look around a bit more, hoping for some clues. What trouble should I investigate next? Before I can continue my quest to purge my arcade of evildoers, I'm interrupted by an onslaught of my hardworking staff. I knew it. Raven, about our missing inventory. When I get my hands on whoever did this, I found the electrical problem, Raven. Sabotage and treason. An enemy agent walks among us. Okay, so we have some insight to what's causing all these messes, but it's just a chaotic jumble right now. One at a time, please. Our suspiciously low stack inventory was indeed not human error. Delivery truck just never arrived here. It was routed to a garbage dump due to computer error, or as I suspect, malfeasance. And malfeasance explains our electrical problems, too. Remember my joke about someone scuffing their feet and shocking the coin boxes? Nope. That's actually what happened. An external shock, not a grid failure. Someone's got a battery so our mother shock prod and was using it to crash games. It must be the same person who flushed a bunch of wadded up paper towels and firecrackers down the toilets. It's a war zone in there. I was able to dredge up one super gross chunk of it, but we'll need a professional plumber to get the rest. Still sounding way too suspicious to be random acts of hooliganism, and it also ties into what I've been handling on the floor. I've had to deal with pranksters all afternoon, too. I've been so busy playing firefighter, running from blaze to blaze with a leaky bucket, that I haven't been able to put the pieces together. Now it's clear, and I know what I must do. Good work, everyone. I'm proud of you, but the job's not finished yet. Gavin, order us replacement inventory. Ashley, find a plumber, the best we can afford. Naomi, finish up replacing the fried power bits. As for me, I'm going to have a word with our miscreant. You know who to blame for this mess? I've got a pretty strong suspicion. Go get him, Raven. With a nod of solidarity, all of us split up, each on our own mission to thwart the ne'er-do-wells. Everything's gone wrong all day, ruining my perfect opening day plans, and someone has to pay for this. My friends are counting on me to lead, to be the responsible one. I can't force this off onto Gavin like I might have done in the Funplex. Finding my quarry isn't particularly difficult. She's been in the background this whole time, watching and waiting as I run around trying to put a lid on the mayhem. Her eyes study me as I approach, grinning ear to ear.
Hiya. Hi. Hello there. Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I can't say I understand the why, but at least I know the who. The matching fashion style was a pretty big clue.
I guess a formal introduction's in order. Yeah, okay. The name's Sue. Natural born leader, hacker extraordinaire, and leader of the Ghost Monsters, the hottest gang on these streets. Pleased to meet ya.
She playfully curtsies, her wicked smile never ceasing.
And yeah, I guess my friends were a little wild and crazy, leaning a bit heavy on the pranks. But clearly, you were cool with that, since you didn't kick any of us out. I respect that. I really do. Shows you know it's all in good fun. Let me make it up to you, okay?
Sue steps back and taps a button on her smartwatch. And from a crowd of gamers, her whole gang assembles. Gang, this is... What's your name again? Mixcator. Gang, this is Raven. Raven, this is Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. Now then. She turns to face her ghost monsters. You are all very naughty, and I'd say that they're owed an apology, a big fat I'm sorry from each of you. Don't you agree? For the moment was a semi-coherent, semi-sincere apology. Yeah, whatever, sorry. Real sorry. Gosh, I'm so sorry, Mixcator. I'm really sorry. They finished to face me once again.
There. Everybody's sorry, which means everybody's forgiven, correct? Because, and this is me being real with you, I like this arcade. I really do. It beats the crap out of Deco's Palace, that's for sure. I can easily see this being our new home, you know? I admire what you've done with the place. It's totally awesome, and I'm really looking forward to coming back. Again and again. I definitely don't want to end our first day here on a sour note. No. I'm so glad we can communicate like adults. Apologize for being naughty and move on. Now, okay, we may still ruffle a few feathers while we're here, but that's cool, right? I'm sure. So, what do you say, friend? All's forgiven?
I paused, taking everything Sue rambled on about. Let me get this straight. You scare our customers, mess with their television sets, smash up and short-circuit our games, clog our toilets, redirect our mail orders, expect a second chance to cause trouble after I already let your first wave of chaos slide, draw dongs on all of our posters, and you want me to smile and you come back tomorrow? My words barely face her, that grin is still lingering. Yep, that sounds about right. I love this arcade, and I think we could be great friends. What do you say, partner? And for my response, she holds out a fist to bump. You can't claim you didn't know the rules. Obviously you knew them, and you broke them anyways. That's a simple and clear-cut fact. I don't know why you caused so many problems as you claim to honestly love our arcade, but regardless, that has to stop. If you can follow the letter and spirit of the law, I'll let you come back. Banning you is effectively the same thing as allowing you, and provided that you play nice. Either way, no more trouble happens. That's all I want, no more trouble. So can you promise me you'll obey the rules of the road?
No helping it.
I wish I could, but promises... Well, promises are a pretty strong thing to ask for, you know. Something's wrong here. I can tell when someone's being sincere with me. She's clearly genuine about wanting to come back, but seems conflicted? How hard is it to not hack machines and run wild? Why would that be a problem? My offer's on the table, no negotiation. Obey the rules and we're fine. I forgive today's miss, a sign of good faith. But break the rules again and I'm getting the police involved. Understood? Sue raises an eyebrow at that.
Whoa, put the brakes on. Bad idea, friend. Really bad idea. You don't want to even think about getting the cops involved in this. No. Because, and this is me being honest with you because we're on such good terms, it won't do you any good. We'll be out and back on the streets within a day. We've got friends in high places. We don't sell drugs or weapons. We sell information. And information, as a currency, is far more valuable than what other gangs trade in. So if we're doing this, we don't involve the pigs. Any problems, you come to me direct. That's my rule. Break that rule. And, well, you don't want to see what I can do with the push of a single button.
So now you're threatening me.
I'm just telling you how it is. What you do now is entirely up to you.
Before she can continue her tirade, we're rather rudely interrupted. Oi, Sue, what the hell you think you're doing here? Thick tension that surrounded us melts away, redirected the new challenger. All eyes glare towards them. Oh, great. Okay, Raven, hold that thought. I got business to attend to. Damn right you do. Ghost monsters don't operate south to 23rd Street. You damn well know this is lovely chainsaw territory. Get lost or get tossed. If I wasn't confused before, I sure as hell am now. All I want to do is watch this unfurl before me. The collapse, who summons her buddies to her side. I'm sorry, south of what? I don't recall signing any non-compete agreement with you darlings.
Ghost monsters for life!
Oh, ghost monsters, this locker room gossip queen is disrespecting your fearless leader. What do we say to that? Nobody disses Sue on my watch. Nobody. Yeah, and I ain't scared to hit a chick. I'm an equal opportunity, social maladjusted individual. Think you've got your answer, ladies. Now then. Let's rumble! Well, to their credit, they didn't throw their first punch. They didn't throw the first punch. We're talking Han didn't shoot first. Levels of moral high ground there. Immediately, the ghost monsters, the lovely chainsaws, are at each other's throats, grappling, punching, shoving each other. Baseball bat gets swung and cleaned off the sides of a racing game. Soda cans are thrown. Somebody uproots a chair near the snack machines, and that goes flying too. It's chaos, complete and utter chaos. And it needs to stop now. Iris! Already calling the cops, Raven. As for me, it was supposed to be perfect. It was supposed to be. I did everything I could to make Francine's arcade spirit a success. I did what I was supposed to, and fate still screwed me over. But I can't stand here lamenting that fact, or I could do something about it. I chose the latter. Priority 1, get the customers the hell out of here. Gavin and Ashley are already on that. I join in, trying to funnel the panicked crowd of kids and gamers out the door and away from the carnage. This way, hurry! In an orderly fashion, please. Out, everybody out! With our focus on loading the place with arcade games, nothing more, it doesn't leave a lot of room to work with. Nor is it much of an octagon for the remarkably sloppy mixed martial arts brawl breaking out. We're going to have a lot of game damage when all is said and done. Damn it! I'm not letting that bleep get away with this. Until now, it's been the world's sloppiest barroom brawl. Teenagers flailing at each other wildly, generally wrecking the scene rather than each other. But now she's pulled out a gun. It's an arcade light gun, but a real-life shooting and killing gun. This isn't happening. This cannot be happening. But this is 100% happening. Leader of the lovely chainsaw gang raises her weapon and takes aim at Sue, ready to end this. Her target is conveniently tucked behind Mrs. Defame and Queen Bee. If I don't do something, someone is going to get hurt. Seriously hurt. My mind races. If everything is indeed in ruins, I have one chance to make this right. One chance to do something good in the midst of all this chaos. Time slows for me like I'm trapped in a dream state. Pure instinct takes over and I start running toward them. Get down! Whoa. Holy bleep, what did you... I was aiming for Sue. Pigs. Pigs. Run for it. Stay cool and wipe the footage first. Do it. Stay with us, Raven. Stay with us. Help is on the way. I just wanted to make a dream for everyone to enjoy. That's all. But that's so wrong. It's what you would have done. It's what you did do for all of us. But I guess no good deed goes unpunished, huh? The Cater family curse.
You've a strong spirit, dear. You'll get through this, I know you will. But for now, you best wake up. There's still more to be done.
Alright, I think we're gonna leave things here for now. If you enjoyed the video, if you're enjoying this series, if you're enjoying the game, what have you, Please, please, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and maybe leave a comment if you're feeling generous. I could really use all the support right now. My channel is very small. As recording this, it only has 6 subscribers, but I would love to make it up to 1,000 so that I can start monetizing my videos. So please and thank you. If you could do that, that would be great. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.